So yesterday we talked about how can we find the future value or the present value if we have a regular payment or a regular withdrawal that we need to do over a compound annual. Now, what happens if I know what my future value is or what my present value is, and I want to calculate how much payment I need to make, right? So it's basically like when they do the calculation for you when you buy your car, right? And then you want to do a regular payment for the car. They want to do the calculation to find your regular payment, right? So how can they do that? What would the formula be? If I know what my present value is and what my future value is, right? What would my payment be? Okay? So what we have to do, we have to rearrange the formula, right? So you see that, make sure that you put an R here because that's missing an R. What we need to do, we need to isolate for that regular payment. We need to isolate for that R, sorry. Okay? So the way to isolate for the R is, so what do I do? If I have the A equal R1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 divided by I, what do I do to isolate for the R? What's the first step?
The bracket.
Inside the I divided by sign.
Yeah, bracket.
It is multiplied
Divided by
A.
A. A divided by
We have to isolate R.
We have to isolate R.
A. So we have to
Reverse
move
bed
the
math?
bracket. to the
Reverse
left.
bed math.
Yeah.
Reverse bed math. What's the first thing that I want to get rid of from the right side? What's the first thing that I want to get rid of from the right side?
Division.
The division, right? Because it's dividing the whole function, right? I want to get rid of the division, so what does it become?
Multiply.
That's right. So I have A, I, right?
Right.
Now, I'm done with this, right? Now, what else do I need to get rid of?
The subtraction.
Now, because this is all in bracket, right? And then multiplication, right? You see here. So if you look right here, between the R and the bracket, right here, I have a multiplication, right? And I'm multiplying R by that whole square bracket, right? So I have to move that whole square bracket together because it's one whole entity. It's one whole thing together, okay? So because it's multiplied R by this, when I move it over, it becomes
Down.
division. So it's going to be AI divided by this whole bracket. Okay.
What about the R? It's multiple cross multiply?
That's it. That's it. You're done. R has to stay here.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you're solving for R.
Okay.
Same with the other equation, right? It's the same thing. It just, you have to get rid of the I first, right? So then you have to divide by the whole bracket. Remember that because R is multiplied by that whole bracket, I can't separate the bracket, right? I can't separate the bracket. I have to move it all together. So the formula would be for the present value will be PV times I divided by 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n. Look, I'm signing my name here. Yeah. So now we have, so we learned the first two, which is just regular compound interest. That was the first day of this week. The first two formulas. Now yesterday we learned about the annuities, if you're finding the present value or the future value. And today we're also talking about annuities but we're finding the regular payment. Okay? So your job is to pick which formula do I need to use, right? What the question is asking me. So let's look at this question. So Brienne wants to save $6,000 for a trip she plans to take in 5 years. What regular deposits should she make at the end of every 6 months into an account that earns 6% per year compounded to the end?
So the 6,000 is the future value?
The future value, that's right, because she wants to save the $6,000 in the future, right? She doesn't have to, she's not borrowing it right now, or she's not saving it right now, okay? So it's in the future that she wants that $6,000 to have. So we know that that 6,000 is A. Good. So you always have to plan ahead, and you always have to fill in the information. It's gonna always be A or FV, right? It's gonna be odd, it's gonna be I, and it's gonna be F. These are the letters that you're gonna have to fill out. So sometimes it's gonna be A, sometimes it's gonna be F. Now, we know that the A is 6,000. Do I know what my regular payment is, or is that what I'm looking for? We're looking for that. What's I?
It's 0.06 times 2. No,
Divided by
Divided by 2.
Two. Wrong.
Because it's semi-annual, right? And then what's N?
It's 5.
multiplied by 2. 5 multiplied 10.
5 times by 2 and
Okay. Now, I know which formula I need to use. It's a formula that has A and that you're looking for odd, right? So odd equals to A times I over, what was it, 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1, right? So what I would like you to do, I would like you to do that in the calculator. And make sure that you're doing the top and then you're dividing by the bottom, and the bottom has to be in brackets, as you can see. So use your brackets properly, please. Download this. Can I use your phone for a second? How can you go back? Is this it? I think it's E. No, I wanted the name of it. There is a different name for it.
how much you got?
Download this. Calc EQ.
So I get 523.38.
Yeah. Now remember, because this is also a word problem, you have to put a therefore statement. You have to put therefore Brienne's regular deposit should be.
This is easy. Only thing I can't handle, except that
Then you can see. Okay. Now if you're done copying this, go to the next question. Decide what you have, write down on the side what you have, what you're looking for, and what formula do you need to use.
Donut? Some?
Okay? So, Donald borrows $1,200 from an electronics store to buy a computer. He will repay the loan in equal monthly payments over 3 years. Starting 1 month from now, he is charged interest at 12.5% per year compounded monthly. How much is Donald's payment, monthly payment? So when did he borrow that $1,200? Hello? When did he borrow it? Today or in the future?
Today.
Today.
So that's the
Right.
present value.
So that's a present value. That's exactly what my question is. So the present value is $1,200. Do I know the regular payment?
No,
What is I?
I is 0.012
No, 0.125
divided by 12.
divided by 12 is 0.125. And then what is N? 3 times 12. What's 0.125 divided by 12? What's 0.125 divided by 12?
Yes, 0 point.
So it's a long one? Okay. Now I'm gonna teach you how to enter this in the calculator,
Okay,
okay?
it's very long number.
Because it's a long one. So, R is equal to PV times I over 1 minus 1 plus I to the power of negative n. So 1200. Then you have 0.125 over 12 divided by 1 minus 1 plus. Actually, in this case right here, it doesn't matter because it's not gonna matter if you put your brackets or not, okay? But what I want you to do is when you have the fraction, make sure you put it in brackets just in case, right? Because when you're doing the regular PV, when you're solving for PV and you're dividing by I, you must put it in brackets. Okay, so get used to putting it in brackets. So you see how I put it? Exactly how you're gonna enter it in the calculator.
Maybe I'm not able to do fractions.
Yeah, you do just do divide by, and then put your big bracket.
Okay, so you can divide now?
Divide by 12. Close bracket. Now you do, okay, now you do the big division, so divide and end, okay? And then bracket, 1 minus, another bracket, 1 plus, what bracket?
Oh, another bracket?
Yeah, 0.185 over 12.
Divided by 12.
Yeah, close bracket, close another bracket, to the power of negative 32. 36.
Close bracket.
Close bracket. $20.
Oh man.
Okay, so you see how the brackets, you see how the question have the brackets? You have to include these brackets. Otherwise, your calculator is not gonna do it properly. Okay?
I said that.
Now I want you to do me a favor. Multiply 40 by 36. How much do you get? 40.140.
Oh.
So he borrowed $1,200, but he's gonna pay a total of how much again?
1,440.
So how much interest is he gonna pay? 214 maybe? Right?
How do you know?
How do you know? If you borrowed 1,200 but you paid 1,400.
Okay.
Okay,